Welcome back to my channel, where today we're gonna be doing some, you guessed it, reactions, which I'm actually happy to do because I was reminded how hard vlogging actually is. I don't know how I used to do that every day. I guess before I used to shoot it on one camera, but that last vlog, which I just had so much fun filming, was like 3 cameras at least. It was quite difficult, especially syncing all that stuff as well. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed the vlog. It's honestly the most incredible feeling to see a vlog get that many views. As many views as one of these videos, because it did, and it's just so amazing because every vlog I try pretty hard to like make it coherent and fun to watch, and you know, there's no dull spots. It's just like, you know, nice. It's nicely paced. You can watch it without feeling bored, I hope. And back when I used to daily vlog, you know, I was so upset that I was working so hard and the vlogs just weren't getting the recognition I felt they deserved. And then to do a vlog that got over 30,000 views in a day, which is like pretty average for me. That's like an average video. That's amazing. To do a video that's so different from my usual stuff now, and then for it to still perform this, I'm so happy about it. Anyway, don't forget guys, Munro going on tour the end of this year. UK tour this November. Link down below. Go get your tickets. The tickets are actually selling out hella fast, so make sure you go pick them up. London actually sold out of the initial release of tickets. More tickets have been added and the link has been updated, so now you can go and get the London tickets. The London show is going to be insane. So is the Glasgow show and the Manchester show. So many tickets have been sold in the triple digits for each of those shows. And it's a headline tour. So you guys are buying tickets to come see me and the band, and it's going to be electric. I feel like I've been pretty mean the last couple of videos, so I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little more lighthearted because I'm in such a good mood today. By the way, people have been asking for more Fireblade videos. That will be coming up. There will be more Fireblade videos.
What you know about rolling?
I know that. I know that. Oh my god. That'd be... And this is what's sort of made me want to actually go to therapy. But I used to have these manic episodes at work, and I'd literally be doing this week to week. Mood-wise. I wasn't actually going to work and just doing this. But I'm actually prone to manic episodes, which is not normal, I've been told. I would go to work and I'd be in such a good mood, and I'd be super excited to like talk to people that day. So when people would do beep and then they'd come through, and I'd be like, I'd be super excited and like super hyped, and people on the phone would like really respond well to it. While I was going through these like super excited manic episodes, in my head I'm still like, I would much rather be dead than be here right now.
They said Doja hit so sticky, I said thank you very much. Bent the whole world over.
That's an insane cosplay. I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is, but that's like an insane cosplay prop. Wig is sick, and those boots though, I think I've seen those before. Where have I seen those boots before? I don't think they're Demonia. Where have I seen those? Are they? This dude is wearing tabby shoes. Can we just... He's wearing tabbies. He's wearing tabby shoes.
You ever just have one of those days where you just...
Oh god, screaming is cringe as hell, which is why I do it every moment I get. So like metal screaming without any metal, just like screaming in general, it's cringy as hell to do, but it's a necessary cringe because vocalists have to do it. Do you have a friend that can sing? Don't they sing all the time? It's our way of practicing. It's our way of like keeping the instrument warm, staying familiar with the muscle memory of our voices, making sure that we're always updated on how the machine works. I scream all day. No joke. I scream in the car. I scream or growl or whatever just to stay warmed up, because if you're not using the instrument, if you're not playing the guitar, if you're not playing the violin, if you're not beating the drum, guess what? You get out of practice.
Baby, listen. Stop letting ugly people hurt your feelings. You're too pretty for that. You're too cute for that. You're too precious for that. Who cares if you don't know what a mortgage is? Who cares if you still don't understand fractions? You have a fat ass and a great personality. Don't let the ugly ones hurt you.
They should do voice acting. They have quite a unique voice. But it is true what Chrissy Chlepeka was saying. Essentially, I read something recently, and it was, you never see someone criticizing someone below them. Which, of course, isn't a black and white statement. Of course, you see some people in high positions shitting all over people below them. But generally, people who are doing well, people who are succeeding, people who are focusing on themselves and working on their goals and achieving things typically don't take the time or waste their time criticizing or shitting on people below them who are trying to do the same thing but aren't as far along. Basically meaning, if someone's crapping on you or criticizing you, they're most likely below you and not worth your time.
If you're like a scene kid or 2011 emo, stop scrolling. I found this phone and I don't even know what year it's from. As a scene kid, like, I'm super happy to find this shit because, like...
It looks like an HTC Wildfire, so that's likely 2010?
It's got no lock on it, but, literally the photos looked like they were actually taken in 2012. Okay, so...
Talking about 2012 as if it was that long ago. Emo and scene was dead by 2012. This is not the first time I've heard people talk about scene and emo in, 2012, 13. It kind of peaked around 2008. By 2012, 2013, that shit was dying real fast. It was over by 2012. If you want peak scene and emo, it's like 2006 to 2009. That's when it was like top level.
This phone is so old, like, it doesn't even have like a front camera, but this is like what the real scene kids use, like.
And suddenly I feel 100 years old.
Look at that, bro. Yo, this literally looks like it was taken in 2011. That is gold, bro.
I'm being engagement baited. I know I am. But I'm gonna take the bait! Oh god! My teen years are over! Oh, do you know what? I wasn't even a teen in 2011. I was 20. See, the way they're talking about 2012, actually what 2007 and 8 was like. But yeah, we had no front-facing camera. The struggle was real. But another thing has happened recently. Gee, I could go on forever about this. Because honestly, this has become quite a large point of contention for me in my life recently, and that is getting old. And I know people are going to be like, hey, 30 is not that old. It is completely subjective, and you can't say that. When I was in my teens, I felt proud to be a teenager. I actually loved being the relevant generation. I loved being a teenager. I loved the leniency that came with being that age. I loved the experimentation that came with being that age, the lack of expectations. I loved being a teenager. And all the way through my 20s, I still viewed myself as I still felt like a teenager. I still felt like I was 18 years old. And I was only in my 20s, right? So the new generation, Gen Z, hadn't grown up yet. No one had replaced me. We were just growing up, Like there was no one had replaced my generation yet. We were just maturing. And now that I'm in my 30s, the Gen Z are here and they are erasing and imprinting their generation where mine once was. So I feel like I've lost that connection to my teenage years. Like, it is actually over. It is gone. It's never coming back. Look, if you don't understand, that's fine. Just don't try and devalue how I feel because you don't. But this has honestly affected me quite deeply over the past 2 years. And I've felt this coming along. Do you know what? This is what happened recently. The new Spider-Man No Way Home, I think it's called. The new Spider-Man thing is dropping. And Tobey Maguire is back as Spider-Man. I can't honestly describe the profound feeling that has given me because I was 12 years old whenever Tobey Maguire first played Spider-Man. I was 12. I was the demographic for that movie. I remember the hype. I remember the interviews with the actors and the fans alike. I remember the posters, the trailers. I remember being so excited because I was a massive Spider-Man fan. The movie came out. It was everything we wanted it to be. I loved the music by Danny Elfman. And then to see him come back 20 years later, it's almost too much to go see Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, aged by 20 years. I almost can't bear to see it. I feel overwhelmed by the fact that that movie exists, and I don't know how else to explain it.
Why did that anger me? Why did that anger me?
It's called misophonia. It's called misophonia. Don't touch me, I'm soft. It is not limited to people eating, but the most common version is the sound of people eating. And oh my god, I've never wanted to commit homicide more than when someone is eating with their mouth wide open. I take that as an aggressive act. I do. Like when you stare a gorilla in the eyes and they become immediately aggressive because to them, that is the language of violence. When someone eats with their mouth wide open or hums when they eat. And it's hard to explain to people who don't have it. It is primal. It is primal. It is undeniable and overwhelming. You literally feel yourself become immediately violent. This person that you love, that you married, or maybe it's your girlfriend's parents, or a dear friend who has come to visit after many years of estrangement. You share pleasantries and a conversation about how things used to be and how things have changed so drastically. You offer your friend a seat in the kitchen. You offer them a sandwich that you made them lovingly yourself. You take the plate containing this sandwich filled with love. You place it upon the table in front of them. They await the sandwich eagerly. They are famished from the journey to your house. You take your seat on the other side of the table, signaling to your guest that it is in fact time to eat the sandwich that you have made just for them. Take the sandwich tentatively. They bring it to their lips. You can smell the cheese, the ham. As the sandwich passes their lips and their teeth, their mind goes blank, as if to expect such an overwhelming sensation of flavor. Their empty stomachs becoming inflamed with desire for what is to come. And you watch as they take their first bite. You watch with pride as someone enjoys something you have made with your hands. And then suddenly, this person begins to eat this sandwich like this. And suddenly, adoration turns to rage, and you leap over the table, hands like this, ready to squeeze the life out of your childhood friend without a shred of remorse. And you laugh maniacally as you watch the life drain from their eyes. The satisfaction of ending that sound overpowers anything else you could feel at that moment. That's what misophonia is like.
Oops, I accidentally created a false reality.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about right there. You emotionally attach yourself to an age, and you are that age in your head for a long time. And honestly, it's not healthy. That's why so many 20-year-olds, early 20-year-olds, are insufferably annoying, because they're adults who still think they're 18 and still act like it. So they say things like, I'm an adult now. Adulting is hard. That is red.
I love the kind of woman that will actually just kill me.
Aesthetic on point. Red and pink don't go, but I don't think they care.
Find this skull here. It has a full set of teeth. Freaky here. And this dumbass goes, "You think it's a bird?"
That is the most annoying thing ever. Because I used to look stereotypically goth, and then I looked stereotypically cyber goth for a little while, and then I went back to being stereotypically goth, and then I developed this style, which I'm not really entirely sure what it is anymore. But I'd be goth as F, walking down with my chains, black winged eyeliner, long black hair, and people would say, emo, not emo. And it sucked back then because everyone hated emos back then. It's not like it is now, where people think emo is great. We hated it back then. In fact, I was recently watching, and here's some harm I was inflicting upon myself. I decided to watch, I think it was the Warped Tour from like 2006, and Killswitch Engage were playing, and I was like, oh my god. And you had Adam D on stage, just like, we are here to kill all the emos. And I'm like, yes, that's what it was like. People hated them. It's not like it is now. We hated emos back then. They ruined music. Metal specifically. They ruined metal. They made it whiny and self-deprecating and annoying. And not to mention that, trigger warning, self-harm that they romanticized and suicide that they romanticized. People like to forget that part of emo. When I say emo is dead, I mean emo's dead. And good riddance to it, because it was toxic and awful. The part of emo that's around now is like the happy, watered-down fun side of what emo kind of had at the same time as all of that other awful toxic shit. That's a lot of maple syrup! Jeez. Bauhaus t-shirt. God. Out of all of the early goth bands, Bauhaus has got to be my least favorite. I know they're meant to be like the quintessential goth band. I just can't with Bauhaus. Susie and the Banshees, some pretty decent tracks in there. They're not all winners, but they did write some pretty decent tracks. Sisters of Mercy, not fully sold on them, but they were pretty iconic at the time. The Cure, yeah, I honestly can't think of a bad song off the top of my head. Bauhaus, I just can't. I'm sorry. I've tried. Me and Kaya have tried. We can't. We just can't with it. I'll give them another go. I'll try it again. It's been a couple of years since I've listened to them. I will try. Leave a comment. Recommend your best Bauhaus songs and I will check it out. Because I've recently gotten back into listening to music again, which has been a great feeling. It honestly has. And I've been listening to some really weird shit. So maybe now Bauhaus might scratch that itch. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you so much for tuning in for another video by yours truly. I had a great day today because I made it a great day and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye, everyone.